But
yeah, and and there's a fertile ground there that we can sow. 75% of the population of Iran is under the age of 35, and it's pro-West.
Right.
They've just had an election stolen from them, and and that younger generation is now politically engaged. So is there something that just sort of pushes them just one step further?
But that's slow.
Well, it may be quicker, though, if you have an economic, a difficult economic collapse in Iran.
Yeah. I could talk to you all day, by the way.
Yeah.
How much...
So you like geeks, right?
Scott, order a pizza for Ms. McFarland so she doesn't have to go out for lunch.
Now, how much... Because I know you know more about this than anybody I've ever talked to, probably. How much sway do we actually have over Israel? They wouldn't exist without our support. But at the same time, can we tell Netanyahu don't, and we mean don't attack unless we say it's okay? Can we do that?
We can say that. The question is, will he do it? I mean, look at it from his position. He knows that if Iran gets nuclear weapons, it's really a matter of time for Israel. Not that Iran would necessarily say, oops, let's go, level Israel today and nuke them, but that they would use economic blackmail, they would use military blackmail, nuclear blackmail, to make sure that Israel had no allies anywhere. I think they would also unleash Hezbollah and Hamas onto Israel. So Israel is in this, boy, talk about being caught between, a rock and a hard place. They've got to decide, is it worth potentially losing whatever allies they have in the world, or risking a nuclear Iran, and knowing full well that it doesn't stop there. Then it becomes the nuclear Saudi Arabia and Egypt and Turkey.
Right.
And
I suppose the reality is, if Israel attacked Iran without, in direct defiance of Barack Obama, we'd still be their friend, and they probably know that.
But it's a big risk, because here's the thing: were they to attack Iran, how do they get there? They can't just fly over an ocean. They've got to fly over countries. So they fly over Iraq, which is an air defense system we control. They fly over Saudi Arabia. They fly over Turkey. Would any of those countries shoot down Israeli aircraft? Because those Israeli aircraft have to fly 1,000 miles to get to Iran. That means they have to dodge air defense systems all along the way. They have to refuel in the air midway to make it the 1,000 miles. And then once they get to Iran, which, by the way, right now has no good air defense system, so they wouldn't get shot down by the Iranians. But they'd have to find maybe 20 sites where these nuclear facilities are. Some of them are hardened, some of them are hidden. So Israel has no guarantee that once they get to Iran, once they make it there and they bomb, do they get everything?
This is why presidents age like dogs.
Right.
KT McFarland, Senior Advisor, Foundation for Defense of Democracies. What a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, guys,
for taking the time. Can we put you on hold for a second? Our executive producer would like to speak with you. Wow.
So Israel couldn't launch a middle of the night of an attack like they did in Iraq without clearing it through us.
Or getting our tacit, we look over here instead of over there. But even then, the Iraq thing was successful. The bottom line of the Iran thing is that there are many facilities. Many of them are heavily fortified, hidden underground, not known, or there's a theory where they are, etc. So you stir up the hornet's nest by trying, not by succeeding.
Right, but you could slow them down by, even if you slowed them down by 6 months, that might be a lot of time. If you're Israel,
right. When you're looking at survival, sure.
Yeah. Like I said yesterday, I think about this in terms of what's it going to do to the economy and world this and gas prices. If I live in Israel, I'm actually worried about getting blown up.
Right. And my country being wiped off the map. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously getting me wiped off the map is a pretty fundamental concern. But if there was a chance of the United States of America being wiped off the map, I mean, that pisses you off. We're all going to die, but I don't want the lunatics to end my country. So don't underestimate that factor. Because people do get stirred up. It causes people to volunteer to die in war. So, the wisdom of the ages is enjoy every day. Because you never know what's going to happen.
Do I have to enjoy today? My allergies are really acting up.
Yes, enjoy them. Enjoy the mucus. Embrace the mucus. It's a sign you're alive and haven't been wiped off the map by Iran's nukes.
You can call us anytime at 1-866-331-TALK, 1-866-331-TALK. It's nice to talk to somebody who has an idea what they're actually talking about. You know, it rarely happens in talk radio.
I thought you were going to go Bill O'Reilly and lecture. No.
No. What you need to do.
You told me you were going to go that route with her.
You're listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show.
Is your vehicle leaving a sour taste in your mouth? Do you own or lease a vehicle that is still under warranty and has been taken in for repair multiple times and yet continues to have problems? You may be driving a lemon. The law offices of John Jacobs is your local lemon law attorney and may be able to assist you in getting a replacement or your money back for your car, truck, boat, or RV under the California lemon law at no fee to you. That's right, no fee to you. Visit nofeetoyou.com or call 916-663-6400. That's 916-663-6400.
K.T. McFarland said it right here on the Armstrong and Getty Show moments ago. These are scary times.
And she said this is the best and most astute conversation she's had about American foreign policy with any radio show in her entire career. In this little fantasy I have. That includes me flying to D.C. and consummating our newly formed relationship.
She was a senior advisor, Foundation for Defense of Democracy, Iran expert, former Pentagon official, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for President Reagan, former National Security Council staff member under President Nixon and President Ford. She's one of those people that's actually been in the room for these sorts of talks and knows, knows what's going on in the world.
Scott, do you think it would cause any tension in my marriage if I were to fly to D.C. and attempt to woo Ms. McFarland?
It's the new millennia. I mean, if you're not in open marriage by now, then...
all the old rules are off.
Monogamy. Does people still do that?
I don't think so.
But anyway, she certainly wasn't a kill them all and let God sort them out sort of person. I mean, she seemed to think that's a last resort because for a variety of reasons. One, you're stirring up the hornet's nest, but two, it's very difficult to make it work. Period. Just from a functionality standpoint. In a military attack.
Yeah. I just really appreciated the fact that she behaved as she did as a presidential advisor. All right, Mr. President, this course of action, here are the pros, here are the cons, here are the complications. All right, this course of action, pros, cons, complications. She wasn't here to just spout that one idea is clearly the only one. Personally, intellectually, I don't get anything out of it.
She believes sanctions would work. See, I've heard
crippling sanctions.
I've heard other experts say they'll never work, and I think it's probably because they don't believe there'll be actual crippling sanctions. Because there were supposed to be crippling sanctions on Iraq, but they cheated. Everybody cheated.
Right.
The people in charge of the sanctions cheated.
The damned UN was cheating.
Right. The UN itself was cheating. People were getting rich off of this.
Yeah.
And so that's why
Although if you can make the sanctions semi-crippling and then do a massive attempt to communicate with the Iranian people and say, look, dudes, you won't believe the trade that starts. You won't believe how good your economy is. What we're trying to do, if you give up the nuke program and go peaceful, because you have to understand we can't have a nuclear arms race or the Sunnis will want to kill you. That's all we care about. We're going to make your economy explode with wealth. We're going to be good buddies. You can come see New York City. Please don't bomb it. And, things will be great, but you got to give up the nukes.
Wow.
Just the two-prong approach. But like you said, will it work? Who knows?
How long do they need? If they need a year to finish a nuclear weapon and become one of the major players in the world,
right?
Why the hell wouldn't you wait? I would. If I were in charge of Iran, I'd say, we'll tough it out. We'll eat shoe leather. Right. We'll do whatever we got to do.
But the ruling elite won't anyway.
On the other end of this, we are going to be equal to the United States. That's the way they'll look at it.
Yeah. We'll be a superpower.
I'd wait.
It's pretty tempting.
I'd tough it out.
Right, exactly. And the only thing they have to fear is revolution from within, really. And an unsuccessful attack by Israel, which they could weather anyway.